person would sit down and let their body relax, totally relax, and then start to visualize in their mind, see themselves the way they want to see themselves. Now, understand that that's a picture in your mind, and then take that picture and describe it, write it out in the present tense. I am so happy now that I see myself, and write it out. Start to read it and read it and read it every day. Carry it around and keep reading it. The one point that all the great teachers all down through history have all agreed on, they've been in complete unanimous agreement on it. We become what we think about. Now, it may be fantasy at first. It might even appear to us as being a lie. But if you read it often enough, you'll start to believe it. And when William James said, believe and your belief will create the fact, you will see the person's personality change. If a person would sit down.
Woo! Good morning, dreamers. Rise and shine. Happy Wednesday, wealthy Wednesday. Feeling good. Middle of the week. Vibrating high. Cedric, it's good to see you. Jojo in here. I'm seeing the blessings coming into the chat. The big events, pushing the pedal to the metal to go ahead and wrap up this year with a bang. So I love to see it. That's what it's all about, right? The fourth quarter mentality. This is where the real championships are won. And I know we're moving into momentum directly into the new year. So 11-11, paint your vision. Love to see you, fam. So as always, I got a great topic for today, right? Today is going to be the story of Pinocchio for those that don't know. And I'm going to show you exactly how this correlates to right now, today, the present moment, and show you why it is that maybe most have skimmed right over this story. But to be able to go back and truly peel back the layers, you're going to see there's a lot of lessons that we can truly take from the story of Pinocchio. So let's go ahead and get into it for today, fam. One you don't want to miss. Send this out. Let's get a little bit of gratitude down below. What's everybody grateful for coming into the Wednesday, middle of the week? Let's drop the energy. Let's send it out to the universe, vibrating high. And let me get live on IG, and we are getting started. The real story of Pinocchio. Love it. Awesome. IG. So we're tapped in. So grateful to be alive. So thankful for God. So grateful to be on here with each and every single one of you. So thankful to be able to move these things, even though the weather has been a little bit overcast these past couple of days. We still are able to go ahead and get it in. Fran in the building. We had an amazing mastermind yesterday, really game planning for the end of the year, setting up for 2024. So I know the team is ready, right? Dream Team, we are set up for greatness. So many amazing things are here. Bless for Anissa as well. You guys have been doing amazing. I'm so grateful for all of the manifestations that we're going ahead and bringing into our reality, right? This is the season. This is the year coming up into quantum leaps, more greatness, more things to go ahead and happen from all different angles. So get ready, because we are planting the seeds and getting ready for the harvest. So let's go ahead and get into it. Brittany, it's good to see you, Queen. Love it. A lot to be grateful for. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so check this out. Let me know, first and foremost, before we get started, drop some threes down below. Of course, we've got our Kangen. Shout out. Get your alkaline in today. How many of you have ever heard the story of Pinocchio? Drop some threes down below. I need to know, right? Let's take it back to our childhood. Let's go back in time for a second. This was actually one of my favorite stories, one of my favorite movies to watch. I love Pinocchio. If you guys can relate, I love it. We're in the same boat. So check this out. You ready? So when it comes to the story of Pinocchio, let's just start out and break down the title. I want to show you how woke this movie really is, how woke this concept really is. And it's funny because there's a lot of these out there that many of us just, we've never actually taken the time to really dig into it. So here, I'm doing that today. Ready? So let's break that word up in two. Pinocchio. You ready? So if we have two pieces, right? We have pine, which is the first half, right? Pine actually stands for pineal. So if you guys don't know what pineal, don't worry. I'm going to go ahead and get into that. That's the first half, is pine. The second half is occhio. Pinocchio. Pine, pineal, occhio in Italian. Does anybody know what that means? Does anybody know what occhio stands for in Italian? Well, if you go and look it up, you're going to see that occhio stands for eye, right? When you go and you see an oculist doctor, guess what we're going to go ahead and check out? Our eyes. So you know what's so interesting enough? I want you guys to go ahead and tell me in the chat what What do you think I'm getting at when we're putting both of these words together? Pine and occhio. When we're talking about pineal, I'm going to go ahead and bring this up so you guys can see this. Watch this. This is really cool. So basically, the whole point of Pinocchio is about opening the third eye. That's literally what this is about. The second that you realize that, things start to change. Pinocchio is third eye. So watch this. Pinocchio is a puppet. Okay, right? The whole movie, Pinocchio is a puppet. What does he always say? He always has a phrase as it goes along. I'm a what? I'm a what boy? I'm a real boy. Right? Is it interesting if you go back and think about it? So when you pay attention, let me show you guys this. Okay. Pine stands for pineal. Occhio stands for eye. Here's the whole point. This is literally about activating right here. Activating the third eye. So in order for Pinocchio to not become a puppet, what happens when he lies? His nose grows. So in order for Pinocchio to become a real boy, he has to stop doing all of the things that's holding him back. He has to stop telling certain things. He has to cut off some things inside of his life to be able to go ahead and actually become a real boy. Same thing goes with each and every single one of us. To unlock the pineal gland, to unlock the third eye, this is what God is looking for. God is watching every day, whether we know it or not, the universe, whoever it is that you believe in, to really see if we're doing what it is that we say, if we're doing what it is that we say we want to go ahead and achieve. And the moment that we start to realize this is the moment that things start to change. Because I want you to understand, when you read this story, Pinocchio goes on a journey, right? And along this journey, I don't know if you guys have ever heard, go in the belly of the whale. Drop a 2 down below if you've ever heard that phrase. Jump into the belly of the whale. I heard that a couple times growing up, but to be honest, I had no idea what it meant. Never understood it. Never made sense to me. But as I started to grow, getting into entrepreneurship, I get it now, right? Going into the belly of the whale is essentially what we're doing right now. We're going into something. Think about it. Think about going into the belly of a whale. This huge, monstrous beast going into the mouth. And once you get into the mouth, it's complete darkness. It's scary, but Pinocchio has to go into the belly of the whale to find himself. Interesting enough, right? Same thing happens with every single one of us. As we go on this journey, as we go into the dark, this is about finding ourselves. This is about doing the deep work. This is about doing what most people are not willing to do today, so we can live a life tomorrow like most can't. And this is so amazing, because I go back and I think about the movie. I would never have even put those two things together, thinking about him inside of a whale. But now I get it. This isn't easy. Nobody said this journey was going to be easy. It's not easy having rejection. It's not easy having hate. It's not easy having, even your closest circle, your close friends, when they don't believe in you. This is called being in the belly of the whale, being in the darkness, being in the unknown. But I can promise you this, he comes out a completely different person. Just like all of us, we have the same opportunity to be able to go ahead and use all these trials and tribulations to not just gain lessons, but be able to gain wisdom. And there's beauty in wisdom, because this is where quantum leaps are really found. We can take what we've learned, compound it, and now people see, oh, you got so lucky, oh, you became an overnight success. It seemed like it was overnight, but it was just a lot of lessons compiled on top of each other to go in and create this massive vision, this massive picture. So I love this. I want to dive into this topic for today. Super short and sweet, but I know that this is something that maybe can hit for somebody on this call. I don't know who it is, but even for me, I needed this. Okay. I started to think about, man, this seems tough. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through certain parts dealing with family. I know what that's like during different parts of my journey. But I can also look back and connect the dots to see those were some of the times that molded me. Those were some of the times that allowed me to really change, to really get serious about doing something different. I wasn't comfortable with public speaking at the beginning. I wasn't used to getting on a story and making videos, getting in front of camera and putting myself out there. That's the belly of the whale. That was nerve-wracking to me. Even still today, I'd be lying to you if I told you I didn't get butterflies getting up to speak. It still happens. It's not that nobody that you see doesn't get these butterflies. They don't get these feelings. It's just learning how to go ahead and feel them and then go ahead and tame them, right? Emotional intelligence 2.0, channeling our emotions, channeling this energy, this frequency. So with that being said, fam, that's my story for today on the story of Pinocchio. So think about it in this light. If life seems hard, if life seems like it's hitting right now, remember the story. To be able to go ahead and become a real individual, to go ahead and realize our real potential, it's going to take doing these certain things. And ask ourselves today, if Pinocchio made these decisions, would Pinocchio's nose grow or would he get closer to becoming a real boy? Think about it. Every time that we say we're going to do something and we don't, nose. Every time we say we're going to go to the gym and we don't. We say we're going to eat something good. We say we're going to do one more and we don't. Imagine if that nose just kept growing. And just putting it in that perspective, it allows us to see things a little bit different. And that's what Waddles D. Waddle says, right? Change the way we see things, the way we can see things will change. So, fam, I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'm excited for what's to come because I'm seeing the manifestations. I'm seeing the greatness happening. And it's December. It's the holiday season. You got to think about it. Most people, they're taking off right now. They're laying down. They're cozy. They're relaxing this last month. I've noticed over the course of the years, those that take the last couple months and they just kind of get lackadaisical, they just kind of let it flow. It's easy to go ahead and take that energy and it kind of just goes right into the new year. It just kind of flows right into January and that stagnancy kind of sits. I've done that. I've been there, but I've also done the other side. I've taken this last month, I've taken these last couple months very intentionally, set the goal, set the vision. Even just like Neno talked about this morning, the first chapter of Think and Grow Rich is desire. And there's a reason why, right? If we don't really get clear on our desires, if we don't get clear on our goals, on our visions, it's easy to get lazy. It's easy to go ahead and lay back. It's easy to let time just slip and float by because there's no urgency. But if there's two things that I can give you guys today that I've really noticed from 1%ers, that's a big one. Number one is their sense of urgency, right? We talked about goal setting this morning. You know, some people say goal setting, yeah, you should set a date. And then I've also heard from some mentors said, don't set a date, right? Let God give it to you when God wants to give it to you. But I agree with Neno this morning. When I've set goals and I've given them a date, the urgency was a lot different, right? Those couple weeks before, those couple months before, I was really on it. I was pushing the pedal to the metal, and I might not have hit it on that date. Might have hit it a couple weeks after, but I would rather aim high than miss to aim low and hit it. So just a couple tips to go ahead and think about today to go ahead and get the gears turning. So fam, I'm excited for what's here. I know we're all in the right place, right time with the right people, and we are just getting started. So let's have an amazing day. Nobody told you that today, fam. You are amazing. You are incredible. You are powerful. You are a leader. And we are breaking the chains to go ahead and create new higher highs, new levels, new break frees. So let's go out and make it happen. I love you, fam. It is your favorite entrepreneur. Define dreams. You can be, do, and have anything we can hold in our mind, we can hold right here in our hand. Have an abundant day, and let's go out and turn these dreams into reality. Let's get to work.